Hey, good day, ladies and germs. Ice cream from Mickey D's for what is it? I don't know, like $2.50 tax in. Still pretty good deal. Big ice cream like that, you know. Here in the Villeray sector, I just came from Saint Laurent over there. They seem to have blocked off this block here, which of course I don't agree with. Ooh, I thought that was vintage for a second. It's actually related to why I'm not thrilled, because originally today being Sunday, June 8th, I wanted to do a walking video, walking down from the top of Mount Royal down Chemin Camélien Wood Road, which reminds me of the Hollywood Hills, by the way. But that got kiboshed because I took the metro to Montreal. I said, okay, I'm going to take the 11 bus, which goes up over the mountain, you know, stops at the top there, the Belvedere Lookout. And yeah, that got screwed up because they already closed Mount Royal Street to make it pedestrian only. They came up with some fancy word there. What do they call it? Piétonisation, some bullshit there from the mayor's office, of course. And so I had to walk 2 blocks north to Saint Joseph, and I had trouble finding the stop. Just like this older lady, she had the same problem. She was pissed as hell like me. And there's all this retardation in service for the 11 bus route anyway, because they closed Mount Royal Street 2 streets below, which is a very busy street, very busy line. The 97 route running there usually. So anyway, I walk Saint Joseph from, you know, whatever, Rester Street or something, and all the way to Park Avenue, and down Park Avenue, and finally I take the 11, which actually the guy passed by me because I don't know, I was filming a short or something. Well, there's something I've never seen before. That's pretty different. Good for you, buddy. Be different. You're gonna be on YouTube now. Wow, look at this. Hey, people are living it up in their makeshift backyards here in the alleyways. Me, I'm afraid to spend any time on my balcony, for crying out loud. Because the neighbors across from me, they're too close in the buildings. It's like being in frickin' New York or something. I don't like it. I've only ever been outside on my balcony just to clean the windows and shit. Anyway, so I take the 11. Like I said, I ran a block there because the guy passed right by me. So I get on there at Park Avenue and Avenue du Parc, excusez-moi. I'm just kidding. No, je m'excuse pas. It's Park Avenue. I find it sounds better. It sounds more like New York. Anyway, so the bus starts going. I figured I wouldn't have to ring the bell because the guy's going to stop at the top of the Belvedere Lookout. It's a major stop. There's other people take the bus. That's why it's there, that route, you know. And I want to film that walking down that street back down to Park Avenue, because eventually they're going to close that damn street because somebody died, because they're idiots, because they were apparently, I think they were biking, and the whole street is curves on a hill. I mean, you don't do a U-turn, or I mean, no, they were driving. They made a U-turn. Who the hell, what kind of a freaking moron? What kind of a moron is driving on a curve, on a hill, and makes a U-turn there? So you see, it's like I always say, a lot of things that have changed in life, unfortunately, are because of freaking stupid people, or people that are so smart that they can take advantage of the system. So yeah, I'm really filming this on a technicality, actually. I don't know for how long. I don't know why. I like back alleyways. I like how things are generally often untouched, and not so many cars or boring cars. Sometimes there's old cars. Sometimes old cars are parked there, you know. Anyway, so the bus driver, he didn't even stop. He didn't even stop at the top of the mountain. That's serious, man. Anyway, we'll stop here and find another alleyway. Well, what do we have here? Are my eyes deceiving me, or am I looking at a... Oh, my God, I really am so old school in American cars. I thought that was a late 80s Buick Regal. Not at all. Not at all. No, much more desirable. That's a 740 series. Looks like a turbo, early 90s, with a whole black backdrop there. I sold a lot of Volvo ads. Volvos are very popular around here. BMWs are too popular around here. They're so popular, and I can't even sell any ads practically for BMWs. And I think it's because they're such goddamn money pits that they cost you an arm and a leg to have one, to pay for the parts and service. And a lot of people, they're phonies. They just buy those cars because they make themselves look like they're rich. They don't have a goddamn dime, and they're just endless money pits. Endless money pits. There's even a guy I saw one time, a video. He's a longtime mechanic, and he said, and I quote, said, "Don't ever buy any European car that has more than 200,000 miles on it." He says everything's going to break constantly. It's just a constant money pit. Gee, it's a good thing you don't see too many cars driving in the back here, because I see, look, there's like a whole party of like kiddie cars back here and everything. And I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is exactly why I wanted to do this kind of video, because I think in the future in Montreal, like a lot of cities, there's not going to be any streets to drive on anymore. It's all going to be pedestrian only, bicycles, scooters, no cars, no trucks, no buses. Everything FedEx is going to be like, you know, like bikes on trailers and stuff, and they already started to do that, right? So yeah, so like I've said before, it unfortunately it sucks to be old school today. It really does. I love sharing my pictures more and more on Facebook, on different groups, you know, Montreal Now and Dan, fire truck group, you know, a lot of different things, buses, but all those good old days, it's all memories, it's all frozen moments in time and never coming back. You know? But on the other hand, the old buildings, they all remain, right? Like mine, 100 years old, 120, 80 years old, 60 years old. That's kind of cool. Looks like a daycare. And oh yeah, look, they even put gates here to block the way. But the city has got some goddamn nerve though. The city has a lot of goddamn nerve to block alleyways, to block streets. And again, going back to what happened with me there with Rue Montreal and the other lady, she wasn't too happy about that. You know, like, you walk 2 blocks to catch a bus you can't find, you miss the bus, it's just taking forever. Like, it doesn't make any, the logic is just gone now today. Look, here's another one right here. Everybody's thrilled because there's no cars here. I love cars. I love cars too much. I love especially old cars. But that doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, seriously, if I was the mayor of Montreal, I would reverse all this. All this would be reversed, man. That'd be so unpopular. Look, they even blocked that alleyway too for cars. So what's the point of having a car parked back here if you can't take it out or put it in? Right? Think about that. Not sure I'm going to win a lot of friends with this video. See this right here? This is my area. Trash a lot of places, especially on my block. That almost looks like this could have been actually a mechanic's garage maybe before. That happens sometimes back in the day. I almost didn't do any walking video. I was so tired from walking around earlier, and just, I'm not getting younger, you know what I mean? I'm not like doing this stuff in the nighttime until like, you know, whatever, 8, 9 o'clock till the cows come home. No, I get up at like, well, I got up late today. I got up at 7, you know? Actually, I gotta stop this a second and finish this ice cream. Yum. Yeah, I'm a regular foodie, me. And you know, and all, you know, speaking of old cars, my #1 passion. Yeah, we still got some smoke in the air there coming from Alberta there, from out west. So luckily it's not as bad as it was 2 years ago in June. Oh my God, that was horrible. Anyway, yeah, in all the hours I was outside plying the streets and the plateau and so forth. And then in Côte des Neiges, the only old car I saw was an MGB. And you know why you see MGBs? Because they're cheap on gas. That's it. Same reason why people buy those old Volkswagen Vanagons there, because they're 4-cylinders, they're cheap on gas. Same reason why they buy motorcycles. It takes a lot of balls today to be like my friend Nick and have a big, huge, gas-guzzling Ford Expedition. And then his friends and family say, "Oh, what do you buy that? It's too big. It takes gas." Like, they don't get it, you know. Like, they don't want to get it. They don't understand. It's like, man, let the guy do his own thing. You know, he's a car guy, for Christ's sake. That's how car guys are. We don't give a shit, man. It's not miles per gallon. It's smiles per gallon. Now, let me tell you something. Being older age that I am, I'm going to be 50 at the end of the year. As much as I move around, when I get into that thing, occasionally it picks me up, man. It's like all my troubles go out the window. It's just beautiful. It's a couch on wheels is what those trucks are. Actually, I just saw one earlier on the corner of the Castelnau and Saint Laurent was an older one. Nick's is a 2010. That one looked like 2003, 4, 5. And I see the U.S. plates. Of course, with my eyesight, I couldn't see what the plates were. And by the way, this is much nicer alleyways than my area in Hochelaga. Generally, I gotta say, this says a lot about income around here. And anyway, so before the light turns green, I asked the guy driving. The truck was like white over gold, you know. And again, the Expedition is basically a humongous Explorer. And I said, what year? But he didn't hear me. He says, oh, on est français, on vient de France. He says, they're from Montana, but they're from France. Okay. And I saw just as the light turns green, they're going north on Saint Laurent. I said, what's the mileage, you know? And he says 450,000 kilometers. Look at this. This is it. Whoa, there's a fire going on somewhere. Oh, I smell major fire smoke here somewhere. Big time. Something's on fire, man. Something burning here. And look, you see I was talking about the Vanagons? There's one right there. There's one right there. And oddly enough, I remember that building because last year or the year before, there was a classic Mercedes 450 SL cabriolet parked right there. And there's a good chance it's the same guy who owns that building. Where's that fire coming from? Once again, to go back to what I just said, there we go. There's another one, right? Fiat Spider, circa looks like 80s. I filmed a couple of these. Nice little car. My dad had a Spider 69, but doesn't look like this pretty much at all. Nice little car, but once again, that's what people buy. Anything that's good on gas, even if it's a piece of junk, they'll buy it because, you know, they don't look at the big picture. A guy who buys a big Chevy Caprice from the 80s, okay, could put 500,000 miles in that thing. So what if it costs a fortune on gas? It saves you on repairs. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go down this alleyway here, a block from the last alleyway where we're down here. And I don't know how much I'm going to continue this, but whatever, we'll just do what we do. And hey, look, I've seen something like this in Saint Michel, actually. Wait, what happened here? What am I, in the bizarro world? There's freaking AstroTurf here. They're going to play mini putt or something? I can't walk down there. I'm going to be intruding on something. Well, so much for that. Man, if there's one thing that's irritating about this camera, it's so easily just to swipe the setting from video to photo. Like, I've already done that twice now. And you can see the smoke covering the sun a little bit there. Wow, that's awesome. Look at that, eh? It's like an old school diving there, eh? Gonna go look for car wrecks and treasures and stuff. Right? There's a short alleyway here. They're definitely, I really would have thought, you know, they would have been a little more grotty like where I live and stuff, but they're actually, these alleyways are quite in good condition. There's not even any graffiti anywhere. It shows that this is where I should be living, in a place of class like this. People have class, you know, not these degenerate punk kids with no education, poor upbringing, friggin' tagging everything like, oh my god, especially near here in the Mile End and the Plateau and where I live in Hochelaga and all these areas, especially Saint Henri. Holy mackerel, what a nightmare, you know. Look at that once again. This is nice, though. You know, this is nice because it actually instills confidence in me in the future of mankind, that there still is more good people than bad. Because if you lived long enough in an area like mine, you do question about people's intentions. Intention. Wow, speaking of cool art, look at this. This is really nice here, eh? Oh, daddy, oh. Look at that. You got flowers here and everything. Wow. Must be an artist who lives here. Hey, look, there's art here, there's art over here, there's flowers. There's the borough's names here on a fence. There's something I've never seen before. Now I'm really glad I did this. Maybe I'll make a habit of this more. You see, that's how cool my city is, for crying out loud. Even the alleyways are cool in a lot of places, man. Take that, Toronto. Take that, Ottawa. Take that, Calgary. Take that, Vancouver, Edmonton, Charlottetown. Look at that. There's funk all over the place around here. I love it. Right on. I think there was a guy who was actually spray painting back there, his garage, but it fits his garage, so what? If he paid somebody to do it. Nancy! Don't mind if I do, Nancy. Oh, yeah. Plane on landing approach, going to the... There's a pussycat. Meow. Meow. Sometimes the kitties aren't afraid of me, though. Sometimes they'll come up to me, though, eh? Like, they think I've got, like, some tender victuals or something, some treats for them. I don't even know how long I've been recording now. I don't know. There's another kitty cat. Kitty cats, alleyways are made for kitty cats, right? Because there's not really any cars driving by, so they're safe. I think if I let Glory out, which I never do, that's... Oh, look at this. Isn't this adorable? Isn't that adorable? That... Now, what... You know, some guy, some daddy probably made that for his kids. That's awesome. Not spending too much time on his phone, obviously. He's like my friend Ed, this guy, whoever he is. Like my friend Ed, he made a chalet-looking wall there. He made like a chalet-looking... he made a chalet-looking thing using his back fence there in the back of his yard, of his place. So... Yeah, yesterday, actually, I wound up in NDG. I had a great day yesterday. And I'm walking down Sherbrooke around this time in the evening. I'm thinking, man, I miss living here. This is where I feel like I belong, is NDG, because I am an Anglo, I am a Francophone, I'm a true Montrealer. And again, like this area, there's more class, more educated people. It's middle class. It's, you know, but it just got so expensive. And yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk too much of my past. I've done that already. So I guess we'll go down another block somewhere, eh? Look at that. There's no graffiti. Okay, there was graffiti, but they painted over it. I don't know, man. This city, about these threats, they say, yeah, well, the owners have to take off the graffiti in their building or else they'll face a fine. Yeah, well, I don't really see them taking off shit in my area, but I go here in a few other areas and they take off a lot. So, I don't know, man. Well, this one's pretty dark, though, eh? What's going on here? Oh, it's a schoolyard. Yeah, well, you gotta have rules or else it's mayhem, it's chaos, eh? Chaos. Maybe there'll be a 60 Buick parked back here or something. Oh, man. Yeah, and unfortunately, like I said, I am gonna be 50 years old this year, so what I mean by unfortunately is that, again, being a fanatic of old vintage vehicles, I'll never likely drive one, and it's not getting easier. Wow, look at this. All of a sudden it's all narrow here and very nice, and I hope my tax dollars didn't pay for this, though. This is like way too nice, actually, because nobody really sees this. Well, the kids see it, but they don't care, really. They're busy playing with their Pokemon, and I already lost my train of thought. So yeah, and as for the STM strike there, that's gonna happen. Yeah, they're hilarious. It's a strike, but they're providing essential service at rush hour in the morning and the evening, and during Grand Prix the whole time. So how the hell is that really a strike? Think about that. I don't understand. This company is mind-boggling. I'm only on their side when it comes to, in terms of fair working conditions, you know, breaks, hours worked, how they're treated, blah, blah, blah. But as for more money, forget about it. They're gonna have to cry somewhere else. They're not gonna have my sympathies, let me tell you right now. There's people working at that company make freaking $75,000 or $100,000 a year. I'm talking about people who are bus drivers. They're on the front lines. Okay? It is nice. It is nice. It's all very nice. But again, you know, I mean, when your taxes in your borough of Hochelaga go up 13% and you're going to be paying $35 more a month and you're already barely getting by, it's not warm and happy thoughts I have towards the Plante and Projet Montreal administration. You know what I'm saying? But it's nice. I can't argue with that. I'm not completely blind. You know, it's nice. It was surprising. Not too surprising, though, considering how I've never seen a mayor's office go so far as to, let's call it, decorate the city in so many areas, in so many ways. It's mind-boggling, you know? Anyway, very nice. How much is that little bench? Well, I guess this concludes, well, I'm glad I did this. I did. I'm really glad I did this because, oh, he gave me the wave. Nice. It's about time. Jesus, Murphy, I've been filming these friggin' guys responding for years. I don't feel any love from these guys usually, and I think it's just because it's such a difficult job. That's my impression. Anyway, so what the hell happened here? Isn't there supposed to be a balcony over here? Hey? Maybe it fell. That's bizarre. That's really bizarre. I already forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm happy to have done this video, actually, because you see, everything happens for a reason. So if I had done my walking video like I wanted to on Kamenien Hood, I wouldn't be here. But this has turned out to be a nice video. It's nice lighting, you know, and some interesting things we saw. Obviously some misspending of taxpayer money, but that's to be expected in the last so many years, you know. So luckily the mayor, the hero, she's bowing out, you know. And yeah, I'm a lot more on these guys' side than the STM, let me tell you right now. Way more on these guys' side. Way more. Anyway, so that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. We're finishing here on Jean Talon, or as the English really call it, Jean Talon. I think I'm going to slowly make my way home. Right, finishing here at a barber shop. And I'm gonna have to do another walk-in video on this street also one day. It is, especially this area here, the Little Italy part, and this leads into the Maghreb down there. That's a very Lebanese area, I guess we could call it. And yeah, there's one thing you can count on this city, it's change, that's for sure. Anyway, take care. By the way, if you like what I see, you want to show your love, and you know, you want to send me a tip, that'd be terrific. EltonMcFall@hotmail.com. EltonMcFall@hotmail.com. Or if you want, go and join, become a patron on Patreon, right? 10-20 bucks a month would be terrific. If a lot of you, my God, if I had 100 of you guys do that and drop 20 bucks, I could have $2,000 a month. That would be great. I would never be complaining about money. I'd be a happier soul. I'd be more appreciated by my viewers, paid by, right, than what a joke it is with YouTube. So, and by the way, I want to thank all you guys, any of you guys that sent me any money. You sent me any money, or I noticed very few of your patrons. Again, thanks again. And also especially for any of you who I've done paintings for, because we're talking like at least 100 bucks, 200 bucks, and I've done a lot of paintings, man. And it's because of all you guys out there that in the last 3 years I've been doing paintings full-time for people. I've estimated to have done probably about 65 paintings at this point. So I'm very proud about that. Very proud about that. And right now I'm working on a classic Dodge Viper RT. Basically Chrysler's answer to the Cobra. All right, guys, rock on, and I'll talk to you later, and be well, and see you on the next one. Bye bye. Uh-oh.